Hi everyone, welcome to Asia Business Owners Podcast, A Boss for short. With the changing economy, especially after the pandemic, have you ever wondered why business life is getting shorter? Have you wondered what causes it? Are you one of the business owners who are in the midst of trying to figure a way out? Or do you intend to start your own business venture, believing that everything will work out? But somehow you feel that something is missing. Do you want to set up a business? However, you do not know what to do. If you have all these questions on the list that I've mentioned earlier, and many more that I've not mentioned, then we are here to fill the gap. My name is Joe.
And I'm Ben.
Do like us, follow us, or bookmark us so that you will not miss any of our episodes, as we will be inviting successful business owners, entrepreneurs of various trades to share their knowledge, experience, and their journey on how they build, overcome, and continuously grow.
Okay, today we're going to talk about sports. If you are in a bike riding sport, then you must be familiar with this name, Specialized Bicycle. Today, we have Desmond from Specialized Bicycle on our A-Boss podcast to share with us on his journey and how they combine sports with business. Hi, Desmond.
Hi Ben, hi Joe. Nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me to your podcast and meeting your audience.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, Desmond, might ask you these questions.
Right.
Last week I saw this documentary on the
Mm.
charity ride by
Yes,
our MediaCorp. So, and I
yes,
saw Specialized Bike was part of the sponsor.
yes. Yeah. So I think I can't exactly remember when, but I think it probably beginning of this year.
Uh,
The production company approached us to about this crazy idea lah. It was really a crazy idea. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is really crazy because what they're gonna do is to get 10 media call artists to write from Kunming down to Singapore. So it's a
Kunming
span.
in China,
Yes.
right?
So okay, but you see when I heard that, right, I had the same reaction as you. Like Kunming in China right down to Singapore. It's like, oh my God, like it's crazy, right? So okay, then they dissect down the whole program. It's not as crazy as it seems. Um, they're gonna write like there's gonna be 10 artists, and then this each artist will write 500 kilometers each over a course of 10 days. So like 10
So it's
days.
a relay kind of a thing.
Yes. So they'll ride 500 kilometers, they'll pass the baton to another one, and then to another one, and so on and so forth. And finally the journey will end in Singapore. So now you as you discover more, right, it sounds more doable, right?
Yes,
So
500
okay.
kilometer on an average is like how long you need to clock that 500 kilometers.
I think
So
I
they
think it
have
was
a
like from Singapore all the way to Malacca around there.
no
Yeah,
Singapore to Malacca is about
400.
200K only, 100
Is
plus
it?
K. Yeah,
Oh,
so Singapore to KL is 350K, about there.
my bad, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so 500 kilometers is not short, but then
Mm.
they have 10 days to do it. So if you break it down, it's 50K, 50 kilometers a day, which becomes quite doable to regular cyclists.
Mm.
But
Mm.
the curveball is that none of these media call guys and ladies have cycled before, or rather like been on a bicycle for that long for so many days. So it becomes very interesting, right? Because you have 10 people who have never really touched a bike. They have to do such a extraordinary task for the sake of charity. Uh, yeah, and they approach us. So because I think they believe that we have the best equipment, we have the best bikes to help them accomplish this mission, right? So yeah, lor, so we started this crazy project. We got them on the bikes. We got our through our contacts. Our sponsored team, right. There's this guy called Mark Chadwick. He's the national coach for Singapore cycling team. So he coached
Mhm.
those artists, give them a training plan in a short period of time, got them fit and combat fit to ride, from Kunming to China. It was quite amazing, lah. I mean, I watched those episodes, right? The kind of hardship they have to go through. Felicia Chin, Jeffrey, Chen Hanwei, Tae Ping Hui, Naomi, so many of them, right? Who else? Shane Powell. They're all very notable artists, right? They really Alvin Ng, right? Yeah, they really, put their best foot forward to do their bit for charity. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
for good heart, but at the same time, I think that
yes.
not to mention the injury that come along as well.
I think
Oh.
they were generally okay. I think only Chen Hanwei fell a little bit. He fell because he was climbing up a pretty steep slope, and he couldn't keep the momentum, and then he took a tumble. But I think generally everyone finished pretty safe lah.
Nice.
Minor
And for
injury.
good
Joe,
cause lah.
just in case you want to know what is the show, the name of the show
Ah,
is called Right On
Pedal
for
for Hope.
Love. Yeah.
pedal for
Pedal for
hope.
Hope, isn't
Okay.
it?
Pedal for Hope.
Pedal
Yes,
for Hope.
correct.
Pedal for hope. Okay.
Yeah.
齐心齐力 or something like that lah.
齐心协力. Yeah.
齐心协力. It's on Me Watch.
Yeah.
You can look for it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do
So
they
And
get
some
to keep the bike after that?
Uh no, but then they handed back the bikes to us. But I think a couple of them, Jeffrey and Felicia, they really love cycling, and they have continued to cycle after this. Yeah, so they join us
Nice.
for rides every now and then, when their schedule permits.
What got you
Yeah.
into cycling in the first place? Are you a bit cyclist yourself?
Okay, so I was in an unhealthy lifestyle in back then. So previously, in 2007, I was in the banking industry. Yeah, so I used to smoke. I used to drink. I smoke a lot. I drink a lot. Like I smoke 40 cigarettes a day. That we party almost every night, kind of stuff. Right. So entertain internal people are like my bosses. That kind of stuff. Right. So it was a very unhealthy lifestyle. So I was not fit. I was a bit overweight. So one day, my friend got me like thinking. Like, I said, "Hey, I was eating McDonald's. Then this guy, my ex-colleague I went on to join Singapore Press Holdings magazine, SPH magazines, doing sales. So he said, "Hey, Desmond, yeah." Back then I was, wait, let me see, 30 years old. 30, yeah, I was 30
Hmm.
years old. And he said, "Hey, you're 30 years old and you're full of medical problems, right? It's not correct. I have a little bit hypertension. I was overweight, things like that." He said, "You're too young for all this, right? Next week,
Hmm.
join me for a run in the gym at SPH because we have a gym in the office. So he join me for a
Hmm.
run." So on Monday, I show up in the gym. He didn't. So he didn't, he didn't show up. But I did. And then, oh, okay, he didn't show up, but I kept to my word, right? I started running. So I ran, I ran on the treadmill, then I took up further distances. I went for runs, like organized race. I'm not racing, but those 10K runs, those standard chartered marathons. Yeah, so I started doing like 10K. I finished 21K. Then I said, hey, running is not so hard, so maybe I should try cycling, right? So I went to buy a bicycle. That was in 2012. That was quite a long
Okay.
time ago. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I cycled, and then like quite okay leh. Like, it's doable, it's quite fun. So I said, okay, maybe I should do a triathlon. So I went to swim. So yeah, so I went to do a short distance triathlon. I said, okay, like, it's doable, right? I jump into the sea, you swim 750 meters. Then I think you cycle, I can't remember, like 30 kilometers, or I can't
Hmm.
remember. It's quite a short distance. And then you run 5 or 10K. Then can do leh. Then I can do a longer distance triathlon. Then I started doing,
Nice.
I went on to do immediately, like a year later, a full Ironman. So it's like I swam 3.6 kilometers, and then I cycle 180 kilometers, and then I run 42 kilometers. So all in within like about 14 hours, 15 hours. Yeah, so back to the question, like why now I'm in the cycling business, right? So I realized that by doing sports, it changed my life. It made
Hmm.
me healthier. It made me more disciplined. It made me happy. It's an avenue for me to release my stress. When I'm stressed down at work, I feel that cycling helps to you know uh alleviate the kind of like the difficulties sometimes I face at work, right? So um just a little bit like sharing, right? Our business is based off in US. Specialized Bicycles is based off in Morgan Hill, San Francisco. Um, we have our founder has worked with has created a foundation called Outright, OUTRID. And this foundation has been working with Stanford University,
Hmm.
yes, to study how riding can help to reduce the effects of ADHD
Wow,
in
that's
children.
interesting.
Yeah, in
Hmm.
children. Yeah, so you can read a little bit about Outright, right? So, we believe that cycling changes lives. So it helps you maintain discipline, maintain focus, be healthy, and yeah, basically, it helps to make the planet generally more environmentally friendly, right? Um, if you cycle more, you drive less of a car, you're actually reducing your carbon footprint, right? And then, basically, it's just being more environmentally friendly. So, I don't know whether do you want this to be a good segue into business, but cycling is like business, right? You can't stop pedaling, right? If you pedal, you fall.
But
So in business also, right, you can't stop putting your effort into it, right? Because once you stop putting effort into whatever you create, it's so easy for things to fall apart. Yeah, so in some way, I find a lot of relationship in between sports and business. Yeah,
Cool, cool.
and you nailed it earlier. So the
yeah,
keyword that I catch just now is showing up. So you show up at the
yeah,
gym. Yeah, that is
yes.
actually the very first step. And then after that, you show up in every step of the way.
No, I think showing up in a good way is very important for an individual, right? To be okay, I won't say unsuccessful, but I would say that for anyone to get any results out of anything, right, you have to show up. For us, we have to show up in front of customers in a good way so that we can get their buy-in to that, how should I put it? Like if people show you don't show up, right, then basically you are seen as someone who has no commitment. You see where I'm coming from, right? So,
Mm.
it's all about showing up in the right way, right? That then people will trust you, people will believe that you are committed to something. Yeah. So, like today, right? I mean, although there was, I think, a bit of a miscommunication here and there about the timing, but last week Ben told me, then I said, okay, let's do it. Then I just had to get the questions cleared with my manager. Then a bit of a miscommunication on the timing, but end of the day, despite the busy schedule, we show up and then we are here, right? So, no such thing as like pang seh people or like give up on like last minute say, hey, cannot, I don't want to do this. I feel that the key, the commitment thing is very important. Yeah, in a individual whether is it business or what I don't know
Yeah,
how
totally.
old are you?
Yeah.
How
Sorry.
old are you, Joe and Ben? I don't know. I'm 45 this year.
I think Joe,
uh,
you are almost the same age
Like
as
how
Desmond,
old?
right?
I'm 48.
Okay, then
Yes.
Ben, how about you?
Okay, I'm a half a century old.
Okay, so we belong to the generation we belong to the century generation that we don't have handphones last time, right? So if your friends
Yeah.
say meet 12 p.m. at Lucky Far East
Mm.
Plaza, you have to show up, right?
Yeah, we
You
show
you, you
up.
if you don't show up, your friend is gonna wait there for like hours, and then they will just like screw you, and then and next day at school, like, but it's so different now. Nowadays,
Mm.
with mobile devices, right? All you need to do is just text the person, say sorry, I cannot make it, I'm late.
It's a simple excuse.
Yeah, and sorry, but to me, it's not acceptable. I'm still old school in that sense. I run the business in an old school way. Yeah, I believe in
Uh,
all this discipline, showing up and things like that. Yeah,
Mm.
Totally understand where you're coming from. Now, I
yeah,
always have this question for many business owner. I always ask them
yeah,
like the potential growth for local market, but especially for bicycle trade.
mm,
When you talk about Singapore market, when
mm,
we are sort of a small country, do
mm.
you see any potential growth in the near future?
Yes. Singapore market is not based on size
Mm.
alone, right? I would say that the Singapore market, okay, our consumers are very different. Not just in bicycles, right? But generally, Singaporeans consume products very differently. We always want to be the first, the early adopters of everything.
Mm.
And we are kiasu lah. We want to be shown as, we got money to spend. We are always the key leader in adopting something new. So, the potential in us as a market is that a lot of other countries, right, look to us in terms of like direction. Yeah, and while our market is small, we attract a lot of overseas consumers. like people from Indonesia, people from Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, well, Japan, China. Um, a lot of them flock to Singapore, right, to buy stuff actually.
Mm.
Yeah, we do have a lot of customers from all around the region, right? They come over. We are almost like a center location for all things happening within Southeast Asia, right? We are the finest example of how we run our business compared to
Mm.
other countries. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to brag as a Singaporean, right? But I believe that in Singapore, the way most businesses are run, right, the efficiency, the effectiveness, the accuracy, how we always position ourselves as a premium brand, right, or as a country also, right, is very important.
True, true,
Yeah,
true. Hey, matter of fact,
yeah,
I realized quite a number of
mm,
sports was increased in terms of activities, especially during
mm,
pandemic and after pandemic as well. I
yes,
think bicycle
yes,
definitely one of them. So you
yes,
think that the pandemic does help in terms of increased sales
yes.
volume for for your side?
Well, it did increase a lot
Mm.
during the pandemic. Post-pandemic there still was, but I mean, if you just read in the news right now, right, the cycling industry is in a bad spot right now. It's
Also,
struggling. Yeah, it's struggling.
Mm.
I think we are not unique, right? We are struggling amongst every other businesses in the world. So like, I think there's a bigger problem at play, right? F&B is also struggling. It's not just us, right? Retail is struggling. So while after the pandemic, we gained a lot of new cyclists, um, which is a good thing. There were some who dropped out. Some went back to do their own usual activities before COVID. Some came back. I mean, some got into cycling. They maintained. They left, and then they came back because their social groups are still within the cycling community, right? So, but by and large, um, the industry is struggling. Cycling. I mean, let's
mm,
talk about cycling, right? The industry is struggling. During COVID, there's a lot of production in inventory, so there's oversupply, and then now there's
right.
more supply than people buying. So, it sets a series of events are basically like too many things to sell, but nobody's buying. Then, yeah. So we are the industry is not in a good spot, I would say. Yeah.
So you mean it more like more supplies versus demand these days?
Yeah, I think along with everything else, right? I
Mm.
think running shoes also facing the same problem. I see
Mm.
when I speak to people in the other sports industries, like people from Lululemon, everything, Under Armour, Nike, everyone is struggling right now. So we are not unique lah. But basically, I would say retail is in a very challenging position right now. Yeah.
Mm. So do you agree that it's a new way of running a business these days as compared to
Mm,
the past? As you know, last time we used to use a lot of like a PR marketing effort kind of thing to
mm,
promote product
mm,
or services. These days it's more like on social
mm,
media and different kind of technique used to promote
mm,
even for activities.
mm. I wouldn't say that it's different. I
Mm.
think cycling is a very social sport, right?
Mm.
We still have to do many events, activation events. Um, okay, so for cycling, right, when we sell a bike, you know, okay, our bikes are not cheap also, right? So we sell $20,000 bikes. We can't just sell the bike and then that's it,
Yeah.
we like that. We have after sales support. We have to create events to get customers motivated to ride because they will bring in their friends, that kind of thing.
Mm,
So cycling is a very social activity. Although we are a premium brand, right? But I mean, different from, like, let's say you go to Louis Vuitton. You go to Louis Vuitton, right? The salesperson sell you the bike back, you walk out and that's it. End of transaction. You don't see them creating get-togethers, like that kind of events, right? So
mm.
it's a very different way of running the business. We are very community based. We are a social sport, and we need to have strong after sales support, right, for all our customers, to keep them satisfied. Marketing is still important. there's just evolvement in marketing, right? So now there's more emphasis on social media, like Instagram. We don't do that much of Facebook. We don't do that much of TikTok, but our main focus is in Instagram and our own website. Yeah.
Right. Now,
We don't do
given the
print
limit,
also.
okay. So
Mm,
given the limited facility that we have over here, what do you
mm.
foresee in the near future for bicycle sports?
So, sorry, I don't get the question. Like, what do you mean? What do I see in the?
The near future, because given the limited facility that
Mm,
we have over here, it's definitely not like Malaysia. Malaysia have,
mm,
a arena for people who are,
mm.
for
Oh,
sports
okay.
like bicycle activities. But Singapore somehow or rather, I think we can hardly find any unless we talk about we create an event that we can ride from one point to the other or to another country,
Mm.
kind of things.
Okay, so in Singapore, right? I mean, okay, cycling basically is just, I mean, it's basically riding two wheels on the road or on the pavement or wherever. It's one of the oldest sport I think around, right? In fact, I think in Europe or Denmark or people, in Netherlands, people cycle everywhere to get around. In Europe, it's a way of life. Over here, it's
Correct.
very different, right? Um, so okay, talking about events, yes, we don't have that many events here, but a lot of our cyclists are very well traveled. Our customers are well traveled. They go traveling in groups to overseas locations to just ride to cycle. They ride to Makan. Some of them go to Chiang Mai to ride, go to Japan to ride, go to Malaysia, go to Genting. No, sorry, you can't ride in Genting. We had a race in Genting last year. This year, they go to Johor to ride. So everyone goes. Thailand also, everyone. Indonesia, Philippines. I bring my bike to Japan to ride also. So
Oh,
yeah. So
so it's like
Singaporeans can
additional cargo kind of thing. How does that work?
yeah, additional cargo. You just check in as
Okay.
odd size luggage.
Right.
Okay, but then I'm a bit pampered lah. At least because we have offices in Japan, sometimes I can get bikes from there to just ride. I don't have to bring my own bike.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a benefit in being in the company or maybe even being a customer of the brand, right? Because we have network around the whole region. If some of the customers come to us and say, that, "Hey, I need to go to Japan in Tokyo. Can I rent a bike?" I can connect him with the right people to get a bike, so he then to carry the bike. Yeah, but Singaporeans love to travel around to ride. Japan
Mm.
is one of the good locations. Taiwan also. So I've ridden in Taiwan, Cambodia, Vietnam, almost the whole of Southeast Asia. Um, yeah, US, everywhere. So it's not just
I'm
limited
actually
to what we have.
Cool. Hey, do you think that by being your friend, we got the privilege to
yeah.
the benefit of renting the bike at different country?
Yeah, you first you have to be our customers also. But of course, I mean, if you want to get to cycling, you're welcome to visit our store. I will introduce you to our store managers who runs the store business for us, and then they'll get you on the right bike lah. Yeah, we can have demo
Okay.
bikes for you to try. Yeah, don't worry.
I'm actually very curious. How big is the
Uh,
cycling community in Singapore?
that's a good question, because no one has really done a study about it. Yeah, no one has ever actually commissioned a study, but well, you just have to be up early in the morning on a Saturday, and then you just drive around some of the popular cycling routes, and then you can see it's actually a very huge community.
Exactly, because really there are, I
Mm,
think, small groups, right? They'll just like cycle together and then maybe do one loop.
yes,
Uh,
yes. It
right.
is very interesting. I mean, the community is like. Okay, but because traffic, right? So you have to wake up early to really get a sense of what is the size of the people who are riding, right? The community that's riding, because we tend to ride early to avoid traffic and heat lah. You see, it gets really hot in Singapore and sunny as it gets later in the morning, and it's not comfortable, right? So yeah, just to be early, and it's not just about the size. It's the mix of the community. Very
Mm.
interesting because it's a little bit like when you're on a bicycle, right? Your corporate ranking doesn't matter. You can be a CEO, you can be a C-suite person, you can be a admin manager or what. But when on a bicycle, everyone is like equal. Everyone just having a
Everybody
good time.
equal. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, everyone just wants to have a good time cycling and go and link kopi and get breakfast, right? So it's a sport that flattens hierarchy in the corporate world, lah. Yeah,
In saying
yeah.
so, I think that there isn't substantial number of people to form this kind of bicycle culture in Singapore, isn't
Mm.
it?
Yeah, I think it's at a healthy level actually right now. In fact, really when you see it on the road, I think the balance now is just nice. I mean, with the number of cars and then the number of people who are riding, the balance is just nice, right? And hopefully it can get better. I mean, obviously, we would love to see more people cycling, because that would directly benefit the business, not just us, right, but the whole entire cycling industry, right? Um, we would appreciate the uplift in more people cycling. Yeah, so yeah, I
Given
hope
the
answer your question.
given the weather condition like Singapore, either it's too hot or it's too wet, like raining almost every day now and then.
Uh,
Do
uh,
you think how do you going to encourage the young generation to ride if with the weather
uh,
condition like what we are having over here?
okay, I will just be use a sarcastic humor here, right? We are not made of sugar, so we won't melt in the rain. And we are not made of ice, so we won't melt in the sun. So regardless the weather, I mean, of course, when it gets dangerous, like let's say it's pouring rain, visibility is low, not for yourself, but if it's too heavy rain, I will not encourage because cars can't see you. It's more of that, right? But if you feel like riding, just here go outside and ride. Don't let the weather bog you down. In fact, I like riding anytime. Like even rainy days is good because the weather is cooling. Hot days, for me, I like it because sometimes it's nice to be out in the sun, right? Because we spend so much time in the aircon environment, it gets very cold. Like I think Joe, if you are now going to be cooped up for a few months in the cold, right, you'll
Mm,
appreciate when there's sun, right? Like
exactly. Yeah.
get the sweat going, right, and then
Right.
you sweat it out, and then get a good workout, right? So
Mm.
yeah, so I think yeah, just be out there, be in the open, get off your handphones and just start riding. Yeah, that's the thing for the young people out there.
So looking ahead, how are we going to attract those non-member or the public to
Mhm.
join your activities?
Yeah, so for us, right, as a business, we
Mm.
have many stores around us. In Singapore, we have three stores, right? So we are very approachable. Anyone who is interested in cycling, right, we welcome them to come and engage with us. Um, we won't just try to sell you a bike. We will want to know what you would like to experience. Like, do you like to do mountain biking, etc. Right? We will find the right fit for you. Of course, the desire will have to come from yourself, right? Whether you want to start cycling. We can't just drag one person out on the street and then hey, come to our store and then I'll get you cycling. No, I mean you will want to have to do it yourself first also. But of course, we have to rely on our community, customers who are happy with us. And then they our customers who are happy with cycling and with us, right? They will post on their social media, they're out riding and things like that. And then uh people will want to be curious about what they're doing, right? So Ben, I think you probably like find out about me cycling through one of your business contact, right? And then from there you'll be curious, or why is this person doing this every weekend?
Mm.
And he or she seems to be happy doing this every weekend, and then you want to find out why. So you start speaking to people, you start to do research, and then you want to consider uh doing that as well. And then you start to meet people like me, they say, I'll tell you more about cycling, and then okay, sounds like fun. Sounds like something you would love to do, and then you start to research like, oh, which shop should I go to? Then yeah, things like that. So it has to come from within. You want to do it yourself, but of course with external influencers.
I think the community
Yeah,
is very important, right? So you need to have
it is.
really a big group of community, and they are basically your best form of marketing. They are
Yes,
peer-to-peer
our
influence kind of
ambassadors
thing.
are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are
Mm.
the best ambassadors of our brand. People who are happy with us and happy with the brand, happy with the work that we do.
So we'll
So
be
if that's the
looking.
case, yeah, sorry, Ben. So if
Oh,
that's the
sorry.
case, then like organizing regular activities and events would probably help, right, in the business.
Yes, we do. So every Friday, we have a community, right? That starts off from one of our stores, the one at Spottiswoode. So in fact, when you are back in from Japan, right? And Ben, I would like to invite you down to our store. When you come down to our store, you will realize that we are very different from a typical bike store that you will see. It's different. I guarantee you that it's a different experience or different expectation of what you would have thought it would be lah. You might think that you are walking into really like a premium boutique. Uh, yeah, very, very different,
Oh,
right? So
looking forward.
yes, please,
You all
I'm
have
serious about inviting you down.
any outlet in Hakata?
Oh, it's different. In Japan, they are still doing the. I think there's a shop in Fukuoka, but that is not run by us. So in Singapore, the difference is that all these stores are run by us. It's
Hmm.
company owned. Yeah, I operate it with my team. Yeah, so we are
Looking
different.
forward.
Yeah, even
Let's
to
do
the
it.
point where scent, smell, we have nailed it. We have a special scent in the store, so no other bike shops have it. It's almost like, yeah, you'll be surprised what you experience in the store. Yeah, so uh yeah, so much so I lost my train of thought, right? But then it's an amazing journey lah. We want to create an amazing journey for all our customers or potential cyclists, potential people want to engage with us. Yeah, through events.
Cool,
So
cool.
yeah, we also have events overseas. Like this year, we sponsored a race in Genting. So right, Genting people cannot cycle up, man.
Mm.
This is
It's a private,
quite.
it's a privately owned land. It's owned by Genting, so you cannot cycle. You try to cycle up Genting, you'll be arrested, I think. I think so. But we managed to work with a partner, events organizer, to get approval for that morning to do a race up Genting. It was one
Nice.
of the big race that happened in I think August or September lah. We put it off lah. It was one of very iconic, and we will continue to do that for the next few years. Riding
Nice.
up Genting, one of the highest mountain in Southeast Asia.
Any
Yeah,
major
and
activities? Any major activities here that you're gonna organize here in Singapore?
not so much here,
Mm.
but I think because we are a regional office, we will do our events probably like somewhere again in Genting next year, and then probably in Philippines, and areas where the riding experience is a little bit different, can attract people from around the region and probably internationally, right, to join. Yeah. So while we are kind of like a office in Singapore, right, we serve the region as well. My role is Singapore and Malaysia. I do a bit of I have Malaysia responsibilities for work also. Yeah, but mostly in Singapore. So while we are that, we try to, or rather we think regionally also. We can't just focus on Singapore, right? Our office serves Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Taiwan, etc. So we have colleagues. I have my counterparts around the region that do the same work as myself.
Actually, I hear quite a lot
Mm.
of activities that you mentioned earlier on. So a
Mm.
good bike definitely is a must to come along in order to enjoy the activity that you are creating, right?
No, like you just have to have a bike. You don't have to have a good bike. I mean,
Okay.
as long as you have a bike that can
Mm.
move when you pedal it, I think that's fine. You don't have to get a super expensive bike. I mean, of course, I hope that most people are on our bikes, right? But as long as you have a bike, you can join our events. You don't have to be riding a specialized.
What is your price range for your bikes?
We have bikes ranging from 2,000 to 20 over thousand to 30 over thousand even.
30 over
Yeah.
thousand. You can actually buy a car in Japan.
Yes, yes. So, of course, the $30,000 ones will be like something that is more limited edition, with very expensive components. So it's more customized build. Yeah. But a regular one, the most expensive one is going around like 18,000. And the price we command is because of the deep R&D
Mm.
investments that we do for all our bikes, right? Um, our bikes are highly innovative. um we put in a lot of R&D to make sure that our bikes are the fastest in the world, right?
So the professional
Yeah.
cyclists will basically use your bike for their competition, I
Yes.
assume.
Yeah, so if you just Google search, right, the last Olympic champion for road and time trial cycling,
Mm.
he's our sponsored athlete. He won two gold medals, one for road cycling, one for time trial. I think it's the first ever in history that there's like one cyclist win two two different, as in road and time trial race in one Olympics. Yeah, so he's on our
Nice.
bikes. Our bikes are fast. Yeah.
It's
So
because of the
it's just
design.
like cars. So you talk about
Mhm.
why people want to buy Porsche. Why people
Mm.
want to buy Lamborghini? Why people want to buy, all those sports
That,
cars
that's that's
compared
that's
to,
a
yeah.
very interesting question. So
Mm.
why do people want to buy Porsche?
Why do you want to buy Porsche? In Singapore, I think it's because they want to look good, lah. Which is also the same in a lot of our customers, right? Some of them they are casual cyclists, right? But they want to really look good, look fast, so they buy our bikes, because our bikes are known to be fast also. Yeah. But of course we deliver the performance benefit also, lah. It's not just about looking good, lah.
In fact, you
Yeah.
actually got the answer right already. I would say why, because anyone who are in riding bike, they probably will know that you must be someone who have a knowledge in bike, right?
Mm.
By purchasing specialized bicycle, and it's not just a status alone. I think people who purchase your bike are looking
Mm-hmm.
forward are towards more towards like performance.
Yep.
Yeah. So same thing
Yep.
like why?
I
Sorry,
think
you talk about.
I think it's also branding, right? Yeah, because you see, back to the Porsche analogy, why people buy a Porsche? Because they want to. Do they need to? They don't have to, right? Yeah, the max speed is what, 90 kilometers in Singapore, right? Do they need a
Yes.
Porsche to do it? Point A to
No,
point
they
B.
don't. They don't need, right. A lot of things is do you need to is answer is no, right? But do you want to is mostly a yes, right? Yeah. I mean it also means a few things, right? Like status symbol. Do you need a Lamborghini? No. I mean in Singapore, absolutely not, right? Like why, like even like why, right? It's almost ostentatious to be driving around in that car, but why? It's because I can afford it. Don't care what people say. Same goes for our bike. Some of them, you see them, they don't ride fast, but then they want to look good. They appreciate the technology that goes into it, right? I mean, some of them are like fanboys of the brand. They love the what the brand stands for. Like I myself, I really want to join Specialized back then. I'm in the company for almost 9 years. Why I want to join the company is because I like what the brand stands for, what the brand means, and the amount of research and the passion, right, that goes into developing the bikes. Yeah, so I'm a fan of I'm a fan of the company, of the brand. Yeah, I even tattoo the Specialized logo. Can you
Yes.
see?
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm that much of a fan of the brand. So I believe there's a lot of these fans out there also. Some of them they don't ride fast, but they love the brand for what it is. Yeah.
Nice, very
Is there
nice.
Yeah.
any company or individual that you might want to attract to collaborate?
I've collaborated with a few companies before. This year I collaborated with Eurocars. We took some of their cars to drive up to Port Dickson for a race, and then to Genting for a race also. Um, I've collaborated with because I like tattoos, right? I collaborated with my tattoo studio to do a flash tattoo day at our Spottiswoode store. So on that day, anyone can come in to get a free bicycle related tattoo. So we combine two different cultures together. Um,
That's very interesting.
cycling,
Yeah.
yeah, cycling and tattoo is always like different demographics, ma. But we noticed that more and more cyclists are having body art, right? So I brought these two cultures together, to kind of like create something new. So cross branding is yeah, it's very important for us, and inclusiveness, yeah. So looking forward to try to find more ways to collaborate with other brands, in the future.
Any particular
Hope
ones that you're looking at?
No, I'm really open, yeah. But my criteria is always like I want to do something that no one has done before. It's always like do something that nobody has done before, rather than do something that somebody has done and then we just be a follower. So my direction has always been be the first to do something, and then people will try to follow. So probably that part will relate back to the business aspect, right, of what this podcast is about. When you run a business, don't be a follower. Always try to be innovative and be creative, right? And be the first one to be daring to make that first move to do something that no one has done before. Because by doing that, right, firstly, you already create attention already. People will be talking about it. Then people are wondering like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then people will start paying attention. That already amounts to a lot of PR dollars worth of visibility already, right? And just chatter in the community. So be the first mover lah. That's my point. Yeah, I'm sure Ben, you're also a
Okay.
first mover, right, in your business.
For my case, it's not really so because my business are very situated. So
Okay,
likewise, what we did is that we place ourselves, position ourselves like in a very niche market to fill the gap that majority don't want to fill.
okay.
That what
So
made us stand out.
Ben is just being very humble.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ben's like to celebrate success.
Oh,
Okay,
when you talk about the success, no, he just mentioned about the alcohol that I import in. So I name that as a taste of success, which I don't usually encourage people to drink.
okay,
They just pre-order and on a certain date to celebrate big and small success together with the team. So that's why we name it taste of
okay,
success. So when the team, whoever that are drinking this, they realize that they already achieved their goal. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
okay,
how I make
okay,
it. Yes. So
okay.
talking about this, do you have a tagline for your company?
Um, well, we have an internal tagline, but I think it probably doesn't mean anything to the people out there. But um, we always internally we just say we have this tagline like better the planet forward, right? That's for us to this our like our company's internal direction, that we follow lah to yeah for all our staff lah.
Oh, that's very big goal.
Yeah, yeah, it is because we believe that cycling helps to improve life. We make the planet greener and things like that, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Cool,
and
cool,
and the
cool,
mental
cool.
aspect also.
Totally agree with you.
I
Yeah,
think that I
Okay.
sense a very strong sense of mission for your company. Just having a
it's
chat with
all
you, nah. Yeah.
it's set by our founder. He's a very innovative entrepreneur. Like our company is 51 years old this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Uh,
51 years ago, he sold his Volkswagen combi van, the one, the very old school looking one. He sold it,
Yeah.
take the money, go to Europe, buy parts, and then bring it back to US and start trading. Then he realized can make money, right? He keep doing that. Then he started, there's business to be made. Then he started uh, manufacturing tires. Our company started from making tires first. That's our first product.
Ah,
Yeah. And in fact, if you
interesting.
if you if you search even deeper, we created mountain bikes. Our company started mountain bikes. We manufacture or we invented the first mountain bike in that sense.
Nice.
Yeah.
Learn
So
something new today.
yes, and so why we are called specialized, right? Very weird, right? It's like, oh, why the company is like it's like a verb, right? Like why, like, or is it a adjective or what? Specialized, right? But um he named it specialized because we are known as in Europe, right? The specialists in making doing such businesses are known as what? As specialista, something like that. The Italian word or something like that, right? So he
Mm.
brought back the whole idea, and then we are specialized. So become we are specialized. So a lot of people always like we always say that hashtag we are specialized. I am specialized. We always use the hashtag. Maybe that's the tagline that you're looking for. Yeah, we always do that. Like I'm specialized. It's like kind of like the pride that I am specialized. I'm proud to be using this brand. I'm proud to be representing this brand. And a lot of our customers are like that also.
Now I understand
Mm.
I actually before this podcast I actually
Mm.
researched on you, and then I came across your LinkedIn page.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
visiting high believer of the fact that you enjoy what you're doing. There is
Yes.
no one day in your life that you are already working. So this conversation actually
Yeah.
really amplifies that. I think you really believe in what you're doing. But
Yeah,
I
I
have
do.
one
I do.
follow-up. I have one follow-up question. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Is there a part of the business that you really, really dislike doing?
Actually, no. I don't. I don't. I just no. I'm just thinking. Actually, no. Okay. So just sharing with you my portfolio, right? I'm the market lead for Singapore, and I run the retail business in Malaysia also. So and so the market lead in Singapore means that I operate 3 retail stores, and I also take care of retailer business as well. Basically from top to bottom, do the marketing operations and everything lah. So we are quite a lean company. So I'm hands-on on everything. My team here, I have about in total I have around 18 teammates that reports up to me.
Mm.
Singapore and Malaysia also. So I take care of 18 people. I mean, it's not a lot, but um if you break it down, these 18 people comes from the age of 18 to 60 years old and all different education backgrounds. So really 18 unique personalities. So it's like 18 ways to deal with 18 different person. So and that's something that I really enjoy because I mean which job allows you to be so diversified? Which job allows you to cycle, do what you love, which is like what I love, right? I like to cycle. I like cars and I like cycling. I like both. So this job allows me to cycle a lot. Buy my bikes at a really attractive employee discount price, and then travel to different places to ride when there's events, talk to customers who have the same passion and enthusiasm as I do. Yeah, so I would say yes, there's nothing I hate or I dislike about doing right now at this moment. Yeah, so I am
Okay,
enjoying my work.
okay.
I'm really enjoying my work. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Okay,
good.
before we end this podcast, I got one
Yes.
question for you. Now,
Yes.
what will be your advice for any individual who wanted to convert sports into business?
Convert sports into business. Mm, well, I guess what advice?
You know the
I
nature
think
of the
first you.
question, yeah.
Mm,
You know the nature of
no,
the
I
question
think.
of
mm,
it's very simple because I realize that a lot have the passion in doing something like their hobbies and so on.
mm,
But when it comes to business, it's like a total different kind of arena. It's not like passion alone that will work.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think firstly you must like. I mean, you must like this. Okay, firstly you must like the sport, right? And um, I think a lot of people mistaken in a way that like in specialized, right? They always mistake that it's all fun and no play. As with all fun and no work kind of thing. A lot of people actually thought that we don't work one. We keep cycling. But one thing is that I mean, end of the day, we they need to recognize that we are still a business. We still need to look at things like P&L. We need to look at things like OpEx, operating income. It's just that the product that we sell is uh bicycles. So a business still needs to be run as a business, right? Regardless whether you have a passion for that or not. So I think we still need to run it. I say, how should I put, like you still have to run it like a business, right? Even though you have a passion for doing that so much, right? You cannot neglect the running of the business when it comes to the need to run it, right? Don't go cycling the whole day and then don't come back and do your work kind of stuff, right? So
Mm.
maybe if you for people who are passionate about sport and want to convert to business, right? They have to recognize the fact that um the business still need to be run as a business. You cannot think that because I love basketball or I love let's say what's the popular sport? Pickleball, right?
Pickleball, yeah.
I want to convert that into a business. Cannot just whole day play pickleball thinking that the business will run by itself. You still have to do the business. You have to get the products in, you have to find people to buy the products, you have to find your distribution channel, you have to find the best supplier and things like that. You cannot neglect that fact, even though you have a passion for pickleball, for example. Yeah. That is just a product. You have to run the business as it is something like that. Yeah.
It's still a
I don't know whether that
combination
helps or not.
of I
Yeah.
think so. I think it's a combination of different skill set. If you
Yes.
talking about running a business.
Yeah. So okay, maybe not say sport business. Let's say like F&B,
Mm.
right? Doesn't
Mm.
mean that you like to eat, then you want to run an F&B business thinking that because you like to eat uh this kind of food, right, that the business will become successful one. You still have to run the F&B business like a business. Yeah, you have to have the knack for it, right? Like as in you have to find good rental location, you have to find the right people, you have to find a good supplier, you have to work out leasing with the landlord, all those kind of things. Doesn't mean that you know how to eat, you like to eat, you have a good taste for good food, your business will immediately become like
Unfortunately,
successful.
that's not the way. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Unfortunately.
still have to run the business regardless of what.
Correct.
So yeah, the passion helps to make it such that every day you're dealing with products that you love. Then you don't feel like it's a chore. I mean, if you're selling a product that you don't like, let's say for me, you get asked me to sell cigarettes. then of course I won't love it because to me I don't find any relevance in that kind of product. So having the love for a product helps to run a business, but it doesn't mean that you have a passion for it. Naturally, the business will be smooth running, and the hardship of running a business is still there. It doesn't go away at all. Yeah.
Yeah. End of the
Agree.
day, no margin, no mission.
No, yeah, no margin, no mission. You can't be doing free stuff, right? You need to make the margin to pay the bills, right? Yeah. It's all dollars
Okay.
and cents at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Desmond, for having you here today. I think we learned a lot about bicycle today on this podcast.
Okay.
And yeah, do remember to follow us, like us, and bookmark us so that yeah, you can track us on our previous episode. So
Okay.
yeah, for now, I think thank you very much, Desmond, and we will
Yep.
hope to see you again on our next quarter.
Can just keep in touch. I'm always happy to support. And nice to meet you guys, Joe and Ben.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks, Desmond, for your time. All
Yep.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye
All
bye. Yep.
right.
Thank you. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.